The former wife of a fallen Wharton firefighter speaks out about the legal battle involving the man's second marriage to a transgendered woman.
Ford Atkinson was at Heather Delgado's news conference this afternoon, and he's in our newsroom now with more. So, Ford, what did she have to say?
Well, Melinda, the ex-wife of Wharton firefighter Thomas Araguz, said Nikki Araguz is thinking only of herself.
Thinking only of herself? Are you kidding me? This coming from the woman who's chosen to destroy her kid's life at school? Do you know what you've chosen to put your kids through whenever they go back to public school? Do you have any idea? You know already that your kids are getting hundreds of thousands of dollars plus free education plus free benefits for life. What is this about, really? They're set. They were set before you chose to do any of this. I don't understand your logic. The original petition that was filed the day their daddy was put in the ground gave the money to the in-laws, not the children. Now you're saying, it's not about Nikki. Yeah? Well, who brought all of this out into the press in the first place? You should look to your left and right because it was your lawyers and you. When your kids go back to school, they're going to face a small town school full of small town children who know that their daddy was with a pre-op trans woman, and that pre-op trans woman was in fact their stepmom. Thanks to you, thanks to your efforts, those kids are going to have to deal with that. They were already set for life. And you people put all of this out in the media. You people worked on and filed a petition that had the money going to you, not the kids. The crap that you're saying is Orwellian. And I think the only reason why news organizations aren't picking up on it is because the tranny carrot. This transgender news angle, they're not even focused on your own bad behavior.
The two women are in a legal standoff over the firefighter's $600,000 estate. Accompanied by her attorneys at a Thursday news conference, Heather Delgado left no doubt that she has little regard for Nikki Araguz, the transsexual who married Delgado's former husband.
She's all about publicity, and it's been all about her from the beginning. And basically, she needs to understand it's not only about her.
Oh my God, my head hurts. She just needs to take her own advice. I mean, first of all, what she's doing is slander. I don't know if her legal team has advised her that stating things without proof that disparages another's character in the media can land you with a civil suit. I don't know if she realizes that. I mean, all she's been doing is going around pushing unfounded statements. No one asks her. No one apparently asked her in this interview, do you have any evidence to support that claim? While you sit here in front of the press, while you've outed your kids in this small town.
I didn't even realize that boys could be girls.
In a 15-year-old interview seen only on Fox, Nikki Araguz openly discusses her transformation from male to female. Delgado insists ex-husband Thomas Araguz, who died in a 4-alarm fire July 4th, didn't find out his second wife, Nikki, was born a man until shortly before he signed divorce papers. But Delgado can't explain why he didn't know.
I can't answer that. The person that can answer that is not here. And there's just no way anybody can answer that.
So this is yet another facepalm moment. Obviously, she recognizes the cognitive dissonance that her statements create. She wants you to believe that Nikki and Thomas dated for quite some time and then moved in together. And while they were living together and dating, Thomas never actually saw Nikki naked. No, he never saw her get dressed. He never saw her in the shower or the bathtub. And when they were cuddling in bed at night, he never noticed anything. That's what she wants you to believe. And when they had their honeymoon, she wants you to believe that Thomas didn't know anything at the time. Of course, this entire time, Nikki's preoperative, and Thomas somehow didn't know. And obviously, they have no idea what's involved in sex reassignment surgery. They have no clue at all. I mean, I don't know about you, but if my spouse took $25,000 and went off to the so-called sex change capital of the world and spent that money and stayed there for several weeks and came back stitched up and swollen at a certain place, and then had to go through the entire aftercare process, the dilation several times a day, the wound care, all of that. He didn't figure anything out. You had this press conference to bring yet more attention to the kids, and your big announcement is he didn't know? Who's advising you? What are you thinking before you go on camera? Your answer to the question, how could he have not known, is, I don't know. I don't know. That's it. You're dragging this woman's name through the mud, and you haven't processed this at all? How about this? This is what I think. I think you're pissed. I think that you want that money for yourself. I think, in your blind greed and hubris, you haven't given a lot of thought to what this would do to your own children when they go back to school. That's what I think. I think you're jealous. I think you're jealous that he picked a trans woman over you. I think you think that money should be yours. And I think you're willing to do whatever it takes to get at that money. That's what I think.
Nikki Araguz claims to be the heir of the firefighter's estate. Delgado's attorney says her two sons, the children of Thomas Araguz, should receive the bulk of it.
You cannot have a marriage between members of the same sex. It's in the Texas Constitution.
Oh, don't even get me started on Mr. Ed Burwell. Since I had checked up on Frank Mann, I thought I'd check up on Mr. Ed Burwell. And his rap sheet is incredibly long and includes everything from theft to all kinds of ethical violations. When I do my next video on this guy, Ed Burwell, I'm literally going to have to edit what the Texas Bar had to say to keep it under 10 minutes. I don't want to get into quoting specific law because obviously he doesn't know. And if he doesn't know, I'm not going to tell him. I would rather him walk into court feeling as hubris as he currently feels and fall flat on his face. I'm actually really looking forward to that.
Earlier Thursday, one of Delgado's attorneys visited the site of the fire to watch investigators try to find the cause. Whatever the cause, Delgado says her children are suffering the most in the legal showdown that has followed.
They say they miss their dad. They miss, the times that they had fun together.
Unlike the families of most firefighters, Delgado says the controversy has discouraged people from donating to the children. She has set up a fund for them in Wharton at New First National Bank.
Donating to the kids? Really? So that money is going to go into an escrow account that's going to be waiting for them when they turn 21? Is that what you're saying? Or are you saying that in addition to your well-paying job at the clinic that you work at, you're asking for extra money? I mean, is that what you're saying? Because you already know that the kids are getting hundreds of thousands of dollars, but apparently that's not enough. You need people to donate to you. Let's be honest, it's to you.
Live in the newsroom, Ford Atkinson, Fox 26 News.